The true identity of 19th century serial killer Jack the Ripper may have finally been revealed. The Liverpool Express sat down with Dr. Jari Luhelen to find out more about his discoveries.
So we have the evidence for Aaron Kosminski, who was one of the original suspects, and we published the findings just when was it now? A month ago, and everything has been peer reviewed. So our evidence shows that it's in concordance with the evidence what we found, so that it fits the Aaron Kosminski and also the victim's DNA. In 2011, so two fellows on a film group came from Australia here. So one of them was Russell Edwards, who owned the Shawl for 13 years before it came here, and the other one was former Scotland Yard detective who came in his trench coat and looked very Scotland Yardish. So they came in and said that, okay, we have this shawl, which is the only physical evidence linked to the Jack the Ripper case.
This case involved a total of 5 murders inflicted on young female prostitutes throughout Whitechapel in London. This happened over 130 years ago. Jack the Ripper was also known as the Whitechapel Murderer. 5 known victims were Mary Ann Nichols, Annie Chapman, Elizabeth Stride, Catherine Eddowes and Mary Jane Kelly. His victims sometimes have their throats slit out and their organs removed. Whitechapel was a widely condensed area, but most of the killings happened within a few streets of one another. Many experts have come forward criticising the conclusions, with one historian, Hallie Rubenhold, stating that there is no documentation that links the shawl to one of the victims. So, the official story is, Kosminski was Jack the Ripper, but according to Richard Kahn, who runs Jack the Ripper conventions, the shawl that belonged to Catherine Eddowes has been handled by many people. Not to mention, like many men living in East London at the time, Kosminski probably frequently had prostitutes. So how do you feel now that it's published and it's out there for...
Oh, relieved, yeah. So that's finally it's done and it's in the paper, because that's sort of a first part. So if we do any future work, so then we can always refer to the first paper that this has been peer reviewed and so on.
Does this mean that one of Britain's greatest mysteries has finally been solved?